Just yeah, so we're gonna try to make a Xorg app. So we're gonna start by using a X11. X11 for the beginners. No, libx11 for the beginner. I don't have a book. We can see this, maybe. You can see, let's start by doing this and do this. Okay, there we go. Let's make a main C. Okay. And terminal. Is everything working? Yes, it's working. Let me go here. New terminal. Start errors. Yes, we see main C. We need to supercharge now. Ah, it's installed. Okay. Let's try to check this video out. Maybe or check out this, guys.
The X11 header file.
So here we'll include the kit and then
afterwards I'll start.
Okay, guys, where are you? So here we'll include the X11 ink. So let's start by doing that. So this is the library for the X library. It's called X library. So X11. Oh, there we go. We get it easy. Excellent.
Start my main function.
I'm gonna start my function. Return 0, yes.
My first call is going to be for the xOpenDisplay function. Let's open the docs for this function for a sec. By the way, 2 main points on this video. First one is that the code here is not going to be for production. It's only for fun and learning purposes.
Okay.
So I'm going to skip a lot of error checking and stuff like that. Second one is you're going to need to get on your computer the development files for X11. I'm going to list everything in the description, everything you're going to need on your computer.
I have this. Okay,
and we can see that we need to pass in a single parameter. That's going to be the display name. But you can see that you can also pass in null, in which case it's just going to default to the value of the display environment variable. So that's exactly what we're going to do.
So we'll open the null display. Okay, this is weird, but we're just gonna copy the null. What the fuck? What should I do with this? It already shows. I don't want to do that. Like, bruh, are you serious? Okay. Okay, we skipped that part. Thank God. And my typos are really kind of weird. So let's open this. Okay, so maybe this guy. Okay, why is it showing? I keep it. Okay. Let's play. No. Okay, no. No, open a
And this will return a display.
Oh fuck, I don't need this maybe, and we don't need... Still shows the error.
So I'm gonna save this into display.
Oh. Bruh. I don't really need it. I think we are this maybe. Okay, we see it. Here the order is important. So xlib, xutil, and xos. and copy everything. So
I'm going to start a function, so I'm going to variable. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And this will return a display. So I'm going to save this into display. Afterwards,
bruh. Yo, should I use this way? Maybe, yeah. Kinda. But we're not gonna need it.
Second function we're going to use is called xCreateSimpleWindow.
xCreateSimple. Yeah, it's kind of like the language of X is like.
First parameter is
wait, man shows. Wait, what? Man. xCreateSimpleWindow. Oh, okay.
the display.
Maybe I need the doc files. Okay.
Afterwards, the parent. For the second parameter of the parent, I'm going to use the default root window function. So I'm going to open it right now in the man page. And we have here a couple of functions, so I'm going to search for default root window. You can see that this returns a root window for the default screen. So this is exactly what we want for the second parameter here, for the parent. And this is how it's called. Pretty simple.
Okay.
Now let's go back to simple window.
Why is it? Okay, we can see it clearly. Just how you do that. Display. Default. Okay, root. Window. Okay, display. We're gonna do this and this.
Afterwards, we pass in x and y. X and y of the window,
50.
and afterwards width and height of the window.
Oh, okay.
Afterwards, the border width. I'm just going to give it like 1 pixel. I don't know.
1 pixel. Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean 1 pixel? What? 50. 50. Oh, okay, not 60, but 50. And then 250. 250. 1.
And afterwards, the final 2 parameters are going to be the border and the background. And what you pass here are the actual pixels of each of those. And I just want a black border and the background to be white. So in that case, I'm actually going to use the black pixel function.
I'm going to use a black pixel. Say that, I'm going to use it. Black pixel. Let me name this black.
First parameter is the display, and second one is going to be the screen number. I'm just going to pass a 0 here, because this code is anyway not for production, so I'm just passing something hard-coded. And this is for the border. Now for the background, I'm going to actually use a white pixel. That's called kind of similar. And that's it for the parameters of this function. So I'm just going to go back here and make sure that I know the return type, which is window. And now we can move on to the next function, which is xMapWindow. I'm going to open the docs for this.
Okay.
This function gets 2 parameters. First one is going to be the display, and the second one is going to be the window. You have to call this function to actually show the window. What this does is actually map the window on the screen. Afterwards, I'm going to call the function xSelect, and then input. And here I'm going to actually specify which kind of events I want my window to get. So I'm going to open the man page. First parameter is display, second one is window, final one is the event mask. Here we actually choose which events we're interested in. For this, I'm going to actually go for a sec to the online documentation of Xlib, which is the library of X11. And I have here the section that talks about the events. And the event I'm actually interested in is called the exposure event, specifically the expose event. That's what I'm interested in. So let's just go ahead and search for that in this document. I'm going to put the link for this document, of course, in the description. Now this is an interesting part because this helps me with the mask I want to actually pass to specify which events I'm interested in. That's the last parameter of the xSelect input function. And we can see that for the exposure event, we actually need to specify exposure mask. So I'm just going to go ahead and type this in my code.
Exposure mask. Okay, bro.
A little more information about the exposure event. I'm going to search for this here for a sec. I'm going to click here on expose events section. This section talks a little bit about the exposure events in general, but the reason I'm interested in those events is because sometimes the contents of my window can be obscured, and I want my application to handle that case and still redraw the graphics once my window is again exposed. And so the expose event is actually really useful for this case. And I'm going to actually draw in case I have an exposure event. By the way, the type of the event, as you can see here, is expose. I'm going to use this later in the code. After calling select input, I'm ready for my event loop. I'm going to start by making a loop here with for. First thing I'm going to do is get the next event. So I'm going to call
Make a loop? Are you serious? Man, I was just bruh. Okay. Why just showing, bro? Okay.
Next event. First parameter is going to be the display. Afterwards, a pointer to the structure of the event. I didn't define the structure yet, so I'm going to define it real quick. After finishing, this function is going to fill this structure with information about the event. So you can go ahead and first of all open the man page for X event. Now I'm interested in the type of the event, so I'm going to check the type. Let's check if this type is indeed the expose event that I'm interested in, as I saw in the documentation, right over here. If the event is an exposure event, I want to actually go ahead and draw a string on the screen. So for this, I'm going to open a function that is called drawString. Drawable is just the window, so I'm going to pass the window for this. GC, I need to pass the default GC for this. GC, I think it stands for graphics context or something like that. I have a function for this, default GC. Screen number, again, I'm going to use 0 for this. Let's go back to xDrawString. Afterwards, the X of the text, that's going to be, for example, 100. Also for the Y. Finally, the string itself. And the length of the string. Just going to hard code it. Now let's go ahead and compile this. I'm going to save it first. I'm going to compile this with GCC. And I'm going to pass in -L with X11 with capital X. That's a library.
Bruh. Okay, so
I'm going to save it first.
I'm gonna save this. Bro, just save. There we go.
I'm going to compile this with GCC, and I'm going to pass in -L with x11 with capital X. That's a library that I need to use.
Okay. Okay, let's compile GCC. Wait, I think it's one. Maybe not. Let's see. Oh, what the fuck? Undefined reference to what? LD SC or D10 in function store. What? I cannot. Okay, what? What the hell can I do it? Bro. What the fuck? C-Lang 2? Are you serious? Okay, I don't understand this code.
Now if you go ahead and run it, you can see the window right over here. I can even move it around a little.
Why is it wherever? Wait.
To get. So I'm going to events in general. It's going to fill this structure with information about the event. So you can go ahead and first of all open the man page.
Try to call.
For X with information about the event. So you can go ahead and first of all open the man page for X event. And I'm interested in the type of the event, so I'm going to check the screen number. Again, I'm going to use 0 for this. Save it first. Yeah.
Expected date 6. Try this, bruh. Bruh. Troubleshooting your code. Keep. Bro, what am I doing? Okay, let's try to compile it. Okay, we got it. It got out. Oh, hello, my Xorg. There we go. What is this line? Wait, what is this line? Oh, wait. What is this line, guys? If you guys understand, I don't know why this line is weird as hell. What the fuck? Okay, oh shit. Okay, we created we created 90 minutes. Okay, that was so bad. Okay, bye.